Hey, it's Cody. I'm here to talk about my February 2024 books and decks. So yeah. Actually, all right, I did want to talk really quick about a couple like oil things that I have. Okay. So I've mentioned on here before a couple times that I have been working with Aphrodite since last summer, which she appeared to me. It's just the whole thing is so weird. It's really just not a deity I really feel like I connect with. I don't know. But anyway, okay. I live in a small rural town in Colorado in the middle of the United States. And honestly, any good, like, metaphysical shops, they're at least 45 minutes to an hour away from me. Um, but in the closest city to me, that's, I don't know, 15-20 minute drive away, is a natural grocer's. So embarrassingly, a lot of times that's just kind of where I go for stuff sometimes. Like oils, a lot of incense they have there, like really not anything I'm ever that big on, but okay. Anyway, this Kate's Magic, intention-based aromatherapy. Now, this is a rose medicine sacred oil. Now, I have been using this, it's a roll-on, like, oil perfume thing. And I have been using this every morning when I draw a card from whichever deck I'm using to sort of communicate with Aphrodite at that point. I've used the Love Oracle of Eden, which I still think is my favorite. I have a couple others that I've worked with her. But anyway, I basically just use this and I take it and I just do the little Venus symbol on my arm there, shittily, like that. And then I rub it in. Okay, so I'm actually almost out of this. You can't really see through this dark thing, but it's almost gone. So I did go there the other day, and of course, they don't have the roll-ons. I don't know if they just don't carry it anymore or what, but all they had was this mist. So, like, I don't know. Now I'm stressed because, like, maybe I shouldn't have gotten this. Like, this thing was like $25. Like, what the fuck? But, I mean, really, this was too. But I'm not sure it's gonna work out for me the same way. It smells exactly the same. It just doesn't have like the oil base. I think it's like it's in water or something. A lot of this is like weirdly like Reiki charge and shit, which I don't mean to be a dickhead, okay? People are probably gonna hate me for this, but like I don't really do a lot of that shit. I don't like ascribe to that stuff. So I don't really feel like that is giving much in the way of like fucking anything toward this. Anyway, I'm kind of stressed out about that. But also I did get it's all the same fucking brand because that's what they have there, okay? This is an anointing oil. It's Moon Goddess. It says jasmine blend. I don't really know what all is in it. Jasmine and other. So I don't really know. It smells okay, but I figured okay. I do a lot of more wow, a lot of more. I do a lot more things for the new moon. I draw a card from my Weaver's Oracle and stuff like that. I kind of have stuff going on around the new moon, and I'm trying to kind of get something going more around the full moon other than just like the 3 card reading that I normally do. So I don't know. We'll see if this figures into it. I don't know. I have another thing by this Kate's Magic. I didn't grab it. It's like a big, like, I mean, I say big. It's probably like that. Some sort of what's it called? Moisturizing oil or some bullshit. It has jasmine in it and something else. And in the store, the tester smelled fine. I don't know if I'm just insane. But I got home and, like, something about, like, there's an undersmell where it smells like bad breath. And I cannot fucking deal with it. Anyway, I don't know why I felt like I wanted to share that. But, yeah, it's kind of some witchcrafty shit that I got. I don't know if anyone uses anything from this Kate's Magic or anything, like, after I just talk shit about it. But, alright, anyway, that was that. Okay, I want to talk about, books, I guess, first. So in my January video, I talked about reading The Thousand Eyes by A.K. Larkwood. Now, this is actually the second in, I think it's just a duology. The first book was The Unspoken Name, I think. I really like this book. This was fantasy in a way that I feel like you don't really see written very much anymore. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of times, like, the world building just isn't as, like, epic. I don't know. Is this an epic fantasy? I don't know. There's a girl and she's an orc, which the book doesn't tell you, but keeps mentioning fangs. And because tusks. Because I'm a dumb bitch, like I did not understand that for the longest time. Like, why does she have tusks? Like, what am I supposed to be picturing? Yeah, she's an orc. But anyway, this book and the one before it, it does one thing that I dislike, and it is take like a really big hop forward in time all of a sudden, like partway through. And all of a sudden, it's the same characters, but it sort of feels like a different story. Like, there's different characters surrounding the main characters. There's just a whole different dynamic to it, and it's weird. And the first book did that. It starts out with a 14-year-old girl who was, like, born and, like, basically, I don't know, like, she was raised to be slaughtered on her 14th birthday by this god who would, like, take her. But instead she gets, this magician comes and takes her away from the cave where she's supposed to go meet the god. So she basically runs away from it. So that's probably about a third of the first book. Then all of a sudden we skip 8 years. She's, I don't know, 22 or something. And whatever the fuck 14 plus 8 is. And it's all of a sudden just, it's very different. She's in a different place. Different characters start showing up around her. It's weird and jarring. But I actually really, like, I say that's irritating, but really, I really super enjoyed these books. So yeah, this book does that same thing. It opens up with all of our main characters together, and you're like, okay, they're going to be, you know, going on this adventure despite their previous book's problems. It's like 2 years after the first one or something. And then all of a sudden, there's a 14 or 15 year jump about a third of the way through this. And I was like, what the fuck? And like, my brain resists it at first. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I don't know. But I just have to say, there's a character named Talisaris Chirosa who is absolutely my favorite. I love his name. I love everything about him. I really do recommend these books. I've talked about this long enough. But yeah, I did finish this and I loved it. Oh, look, I can't recommend this enough. Okay, so another book. This is a book that I am still working on. I'm getting close to being done with. This is Bones and Honey, a Heathen Prayer Book by Danielle Dulski. Okay, anyone who's seen... I don't know. I have a lot of videos where I talk about this. I have this love-hate relationship with Danielle Dulski's books. Like, there's something I love about them and also something I fucking hate. And I mentioned in a video before that I want to talk about, like, what it is. But the problem is I really have to be able to dive deep. I need to dig into there and really find out what my problem is. Like, I feel like I know what my problem is, but I don't know what keeps drawing me back to these books. Okay, so I'm reading this. I'm going to be scanning back through the other ones because I literally have all of her books at the same time I bitch. And whatever she comes out with next, I'm going to buy that too, but I'm also going to be, like, angry. I promise I don't like to dislike things, okay? I don't might not seem that way, but I want to enjoy things that I have. Anyway, this book, I don't really know what I thought it was going to be. It's called a Heathen Prayer Book. I guess I was imagining, like, poems or, like, I don't know, blasphemous versions of, like, Bible verses or something. I don't know. It's basically like, okay, welcome home, and an old wish comes back. It's just like a little paragraph. Some of these, I will say, are fucking beautiful. Some of them are very obviously filler. A lot of them just feel almost like an idea that she had that didn't quite fit into another book someplace, and then she's just like, oh, it can probably go in here. By far, my favorite parts of this are she will do, like, a retelling of a folk tale. She did The Little Match Girl by, Hans Christian Andersen. There's one about a gold tree and a silver tree, which were people. These are bedtime story for the handless maidens and wild kings. That's story of Germanic origin. So those, I think, are definitely my favorite parts of this. I think that's exactly what the writing style that she's using is for. And I think that it's not for a lot of other things she tries to do with it. I don't know. That's a whole video. Anyway, I'm reading this. I'm enjoying it more than our other books, but also something about it's kind of pissing me off. I am just a little ways through Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. It's a novel by Heather Fawcett. Now, this is the sequel that just came out in January to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Yeah, I like this book. Usually fairy stuff is corny to me and I can't handle it, but I'm doing okay with these ones. All right, I got Tarot for the Hard Work by Maria, I believe it's Minis. I just recently got this. I think it just recently came out too. I have not started on it yet, but I have sort of glanced through, and it really just, it kind of looks at the major arcana through the lens of, like, working through, like, Yeah, archetypal journey to confront racism and inspire collective healing. So this is my shit. I love this. I'm really excited to get working on this. I'm kind of wondering if I should get like a journal specifically dedicated to this, or if I should just like use my regular one. I don't know. We'll see. The last book, the other fiction book that I want to start during the month of February, this is Warrior of the Wind. Now, this is the second book, in the Nameless Republic series. I don't know how many there's going to be. The first one of these was Son of the Storm, I think. So yeah, I have a couple other books I bought at the same time as this. They're like fiction, fantasy. I don't want to get too like ambitious trying to like rush through books. I'm not like that. So I might not even get to this month. I don't know. I'm not going to freak out about it. Okay. Word to decks. Sorry. I've been talking for almost like 11 minutes. Okay. This first one kind of is embarrassing. I don't really know why. Okay. Have you seen this? I don't know how you say that. La Poutine? Or I don't fucking know. No, this... I did not realize it was 36 cards to begin with. That kind of pisses me off. Remember how I used to always love to bitch about Hay House Oracle decks always having 44? Well, these fucking low Scarabeo ones are worse. Now, if you have not seen this deck before, I think it came out in like just November or something. It's not like brand new, but like it's quite new. So this is such a weird deck for me to like be into. I don't really know what it was that drew me. Okay, I do. It's some of the artwork in these cards is absolutely fantastic. So what I gather from my work over the, I don't know, I got this maybe a week ago. It showed up in the mail. From what I gather, the wolf is like, I don't know if it's the wild like itself sort of personified, or if it's like a wild part of the girl that's shown here. Also, like, content warning, there is nudity in this deck. And, like, some of it's, like, the wolf sort of changes. So I love the idea of it, like, lurking beneath the ice while she's walking. So, like, she's also in love with the wolf, and sometimes he's, like, a guy wearing a skull, and other times he's an actual literal wolf. Like, here's a wolf. One thing I will say I wish that this had done, instead of just having the number, I wish that it had some sort of keyword on the actual card. But I think the guidebook is interesting. I think just the approach to it, while it's kind of weird, is just something I really like. Like, it sort of feels fresh. I haven't seen another deck that seems to be approaching things like this. So here she is. She's sitting with, I don't know, this guy's got his wolf head completely, but there's also, like, bones of one there. Like, it's just this weird fuckery. I think this is one of the worst cards in the deck. It's also the, cover of it. Like, this is fucking cool. This card I just drew, like, yesterday is about, blocking, like, negative thoughts, and they're all, like, biting and slavering or whatever. Touching the wolf through the pool. Oh my god. So, it's a weird deck. It's an interesting deck. It's a deck that I actually really have been surprisingly enjoying working with, so I really don't plan on stopping working with it. Wow. Stopping working with? Yeah, I guess that was right. Anytime soon. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like an embarrassing deck to not only admit that I just bought, but also I'm enjoying working with. Okay, the Rain Shadow Tarot. This is by Claire Mack. I am still working with this. I'm not currently using it for daily draws, but I'm still just really feeling it. I think that this deck has really, like, spring sort of energy, and I know that it's the beginning of February, but we have been having temperatures that were like 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius, but those are abnormal temperatures for fucking January here. I will tell you that. Like, we're not getting snow, we're getting rain. Like, it's not right. And, like, I just have this, like, I try not to think about it, but my brain still knows that it's incorrect for these to be the temperatures here. So yeah, anyway, you'll notice that my decks here are sort of, spring oriented, maybe. And that's ultimately just because it's starting to feel like spring outside. Like, it'll probably be warm for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like, absolutely turn to shit, and we'll still be getting, like, blizzards in May and shit, which does happen, but for right now, like, ultimately, I kind of just go with what the weather is doing, so yeah. I feel like this is a weird deck for me to like, but I like it so much. So yeah, I am still working with this. Also, I've been thinking that I am probably going to get where's it? Oh, the Oracle decks that are also by Claire Mack. I believe the Illuminated Earth Oracle and the Faceted Garden. Right? I don't know. But as much as I love this Rain Shadow Tarot, I really feel like I probably should just get my grubby little mitts on her Oracle decks too. This you have probably seen before if you've seen a bunch of my other month ahead videos. This is the Kantaji Oracle. Oh no, the light's fucked up. I've said it before, and I've showed this before. This is such a fucking weird deck. The guidebook is just beautiful. I've been feeling really like just disenchanted by a lot of decks coming out lately, man. Like literally we sort of came by a little windfall of money here recently, and I was like, I could probably buy a deck or two. Like literally there is nothing out there I don't even think that I want. Like I have searched have you been on Etsy and looked at decks lately? Like it's it's a sad state of things. You scroll past 5 AI decks that are all looking identical and everybody wants $114 for the shit. And then there's like, I don't know how to say this. There's like stock photo ones, and they are like, I feel like I used to see a lot of those decks on like make playing cards, and most of them are like relationship aimed. Do you know what I'm talking about? And they're where are the good decks that used to be on there? I don't know. Like I don't know. Just everything feels so much the same. Like maybe everything in the world has been done. I don't know. It's probably just that I'm in a fucking horrible mood, so nothing's impressing me. But this deck, I really do find impressive still. And I bought it when I was really just not sure if I was going to even use this thing. And I have gotten so much use out of it. And I just enjoy working with it so much. Like, it's surprising and it's delightful. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. As I come to this, like, titty mandala one. It's... Here's bees. It's just... It's such a fucking weird deck, but in such a good way. This guy back. I made this thing for it, and it's kind of like too big for it, but also I kind of didn't make the hole for it big enough. I mean, I guess it goes in there, but it's a pain in my ass every single time. So I'm trying to put it in or out. Okay. Another one you're really just not going to be surprised to see. Oh my god. This is the Witch Sister Tarot by Julia Jeffries. Jeffries? Oh, shit, I don't remember. I did a flip through, like, well, I guess it was more of a walkthrough of this deck, comparing it to the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. I feel like this deck is actually so much more, like, spiritually evolved or something than the other one. I don't know how to explain it, but... this deck, it feels like an instant classic. Like, this is the kind of thing people are still going to be using, like, decades from now. Do you know what I mean? And actually, when I had first talked about this deck, I had not really worked with the guidebook very much. The guidebook is fucking fantastic. Like, it doesn't necessarily line up, with Rider-Waite-Smith's sort of, content warning, nudity. Rider-Waite-Smith's sort of meanings. It's numerological, but I'm not sure that it's really quite aligns with an only numerological approach either. So yeah, I love this deck. I fucking hate this card. You know what? I should see if this is the same size as the Tarot of the Hidden Realm, and I can just trade the Sun cards. Wait, what was the Sun card in the other one? Oh fuck, I don't even remember, but god damn. This card like stalks me. Stop looking at me like that. I really like this deck though. Like, I just draw cards from it for no reason. Like, I haven't even been using it for daily draws. It's just, each card is a lot. I don't know how else to say that. Like, it's very, it means a lot. It's a deep sort of, Jesus Christ. I thought this vine would be cute, but It's annoying. The meanings are deep, and it really, like, forces you to kind of look at your life, and I'm not sure I want that necessarily every day. Like, this is the kind of deck you go to when you're in the mood to have your feelings hurt. Does that make sense? Like, if I would, well, no. Never mind. I was gonna say if I was sad, I wouldn't go to this deck, but, like, again, I like getting my feelings hurt, especially by a deck of cards, so yeah, I would totally go here. Another sort of embarrassing deck that I'm currently working with is, this is the Shadow edition of the Moonchild Tarot by Danielle Noel. God damn, the sun is really... it's pissing me off. So I got this deck and I was really excited for it. Well, I mean, I had pre-ordered it last year and I was super excited, waiting for it to come. Like, look at this fucking card. Amazing. But a lot of these cards in here just suck. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, aesthetically, they might be pleasing to some people, but, like, meaning-wise, there's just really not much going on. Anyway, Jesus, I'm all over the place. When I'd pre-ordered it, I was really in the mood for, like, almost, like, goddess work, like, descent, and, like, dark sort of energies. And I was like, this is gonna work perfect. It really doesn't, because it's just not, like, it doesn't have the depth. Yeah. But anyway, this is what I've been drawing from for my Aphrodite cards. I don't know, for the last few days. I get stressed out about decks. I really like getting sunlight on them, and, like, my altar is in my sunroom, so there's a lot of fucking windows, and there's a lot of sunlight. Like, I don't want something bad to happen. Oh my god. Sorry. Every single time a UPS truck drives past my house, my dog has to fucking flip. I forgot what I was... Oh, the Love Oracle of Eden is literally one of my favorite decks that has ever, like, graced my sweaty little palms. Like, it is stunning and amazing, and it's just so, like, I don't know, I feel really, like, fancy when I'm using it, but also I freak out about having a card up all day that I drew for, like, the Aphrodite message for that day, because I feel like sun's getting on it and gonna ruin it. So sometimes I, like, withdraw it and put out a different deck, and this is the one that's out right now. Like, I forgot to even look at what I was doing. Like, I don't know, I wanted to point out some cards that I hate, but I have not been paying attention. Anyway, yeah, that's what I have out right, like, I fucking hate. You know what, though? I'll have to say, it's not, I did notice that I hated both the sun card in this deck and the other one. Like, I just don't like sun cards, ultimately. But also, I just... You know what? There's something similar with Danielle Noel's decks and Danielle Dulsky's writing. Like, there's some sort of crossover for some reason. Not that they are similar themselves, but the way that I buy their shit, but also complain about it the entire time, like, I don't know. I will say that I definitely like Danielle Dulsky's writing more than I like these cards. Anyway, I'm using this. The last deck that I'm going to talk about here, this is the Crow Tarot. I only have the pocket edition of it because I like little decks. Okay, I feel like I've said this before, and I'm going to ask it again because I like asking the same questions and also repeating myself. Do you ever use a deck for something weird, and then it won't stop, like, being that thing for you? Like, when the Hosier album came out last year, I don't remember, like, what month or anything, but it came out, and I decided, that I was gonna use a notebook. Can't believe I'm admitting this. I think I've said this before, actually, too. And using quotes only from Hosier songs to identify with the cards. So, like, now every time I see these cards, they're like... It automatically is that for me, because I use this deck to sort of look through, while I was doing it. So, like, every time I see the devil, my brain's automatically like, amen. Like, it's so annoying. I can't undo what I've done to this deck. I've been carrying this one around in my purse because sometimes I just get sick of looking at, like, the baby Rider-Waite Smith, so... Yeah. Anyway, this was a really long, books and decks video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.